So good morning, aloha. I'm Mike O'Keefe. I'm the Deputy Executive Director at HART at the Honolulu Authority for Rapid Transit. Before I start and talk a little bit about why we're here, I want to acknowledge some very important guests who are with us this morning. First of all, Mayor Rick Blangiardi. Councilmember Tyler Dos Santos Tam. Councilmember Esther Kia'aina. Councilmember Matt Wire. Councilmember Val Okimoto. Senator Sharon Moriwaki. Senator Carl Rhodes. Senator Kimkoko Iwamoto. Representative Daniel Holt. And Representative Shirley Templo. Oh, and also the, thank you, Lori, the four HART board members who are in attendance. Anthony Alto, Kiko Bukowski, John Katahira, and Kaulana Park. Thank you, Lori. So yeah, this is such a great time and exciting time to be part of the project. So, you know, we talked about how we're going to open segment 2 in the middle of October, but which is going to bring the rail to a lot of more places that people want to travel, namely the Pearl Harbor and the airport, which is great. But what we're here today and to do is to celebrate the groundbreaking for segment 3. Segment 3 is going to pick off where segment 2 left off, of course, starting at the Middle Street Transit Center and making its way down Dillingham, through Iwilei, down Nimitz, and eventually here to the location of the future Civic Center rail station. So segment 3 in total, just as a reminder, is 3 miles of elevated guideway and 6 stations. So we're really excited to break ground in a few moments, actually. And before we do that, if I could invite Mayor to come up and say a few words, that would be great.
Thank you, Mike. Good morning, everybody, and I'm really excited about being here. This represents, as Michael just said, the end of segment 3, in really phase 1, but in some ways it's sort of a new beginning too as well. You know, this is the site that we selected when we went to the FTA and sold our recovery plan and said, look, we don't have enough money to get to Ala Moana, but we know how far we can get, and this is where we can get it. And they seem to understand that. So it's 18.75 miles, what Michael said. And the only thing I want to add to what Michael said with respect to what we're going to do in October is that we're also going to really be able to incorporate our multimodal system. I see Roger Morton in front of me. And so the express lane buses out of there are going to take people beyond and quickly down into points east to downtown to Waikiki, a lot of the workers. So we're excited about what segment 2 is going to represent because it gets us to where people want to go. The 2 gates at Pearl Harbor, the airport, 2 of the 3 big employment centers, and then we'll be able to take people quickly from there. We'll have a bus every 10 minutes, express buses, different lanes to get there, to downtown, to work, and then also, but this is, I won't be in office when we're here at the 29th. I hope to be standing here, though, with you, watching this on that day. So I'm just going to say that this is how we look at being in office. We have 834 more days from today, excluding holidays and not vacations, holidays and weekends. We count the work days, even though most of us don't know Saturday from Sunday and Tuesday from Wednesday. So I've had a lot of fun with Lori. I drove her crazy when I said we're going to open up the first segment on July 1st. We got there June 30th. October 1st, we moved to October 15th, but I get it. So I'm going to say this about here. Whoa, this is going to be big because this is Stanford Carr's place. We'll have this done before the stadium, okay? I'm going to tell you that right now. This will be done before the stadium. And I say that with great confidence looking at the Tutor Perini guys because I don't think we could be aligned with better world-class builders and having Lori and her team and everything else. I think what we've proven, given what we've been able to do in the last 4.5 years, is how to build this thing and get it done on time, make it work well, and really create a great service and really, quite honestly, building the future for Honolulu. So really excited to be here. The person you want to really hear from is Lori Kahikina. But remember I said that. Before the stadium, we will be here. This sucker will be running. It'll be great, and we're really excited about that. So without any further ado, let me bring up Lori Kahikina. Is that the schedule? Oh, Mike is coming up. Mike, are you the MC? Okay. All right. Come on up, Lori.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. Ooh. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for being here today. It's a momentous time, and we've been here since about 4:40 this morning doing the live shots. Myself, my project director Van Sudo, and my deputy project director Mike O'Keefe. And a lot of what we're talking about this morning is it's exciting for us. So we took over segments 1 and 2 from our predecessors, and kudos to them for building the Guideway and the stations out there. But what it means for me and for my team, we're here from the ground up. We're doing the utility relocations, and now with Tutor, we're going to do the Guideway and stations. So we own this. We own it from the beginning all the way to the end. And the other thing we covered is relationships. I mean, just having you folks here, there was a lot that our team needed to overcome. We didn't have the trust from our major stakeholders like FTA, our congressional delegations, the city, the state, the state legislators, the city council. And so we've come a long way. We still have a long way to go, but I think we're starting to turn the tide, starting to change the public perception of HART. And then our newest partner, Tutor Perini, I got to tell you, you guys, Tom right here told me at 7 o'clock, we're going to start the equipment so that we can start getting the dirt ready. And I'm like, yeah, you know, contractors, right? 7:05. But no, they started taking down this fence. And at exactly 7 o'clock, this equipment was started up to bring the dirt out ready for the ceremony. And look how nice and clean it is. I know you folks are thinking it's a construction zone, but I'm hoping it's indicative of what you folks will do going forward. Have pride in your workstations because the public is impacted. Right, so I'm hoping it's a good relationship. I'm going on record. No claims, right? No claims from you folks. They're not smiling. So, but with that, thank you all for being here. It's such a momentous day for all of us. We're going to start the groundbreaking this morning. So, am I introducing Kahu? So Kahu. So I'm a native Hawaiian. Some of the rest of you are. I know Tutor Perini, your folks are from the mainland. And so how we do things, we want to make sure everything is pono, which is right. Because I can tell you weird things will happen if we don't have the blessings of the locals, not just the local community here, but the gods that have come on before us. And so Kahu here is to make sure that we do everything right. So Kahu, I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you, Laurie. Aloha kakayakakako, aloha. You know, I love everything that Mayor and Laurie was just sharing with us, that we're really going to change the dirt, we're going to change the land, we're going to change the landscape in this project. But it doesn't just take us working together, although that's critical, but it's making sure that we are pono with ourselves. We are good with ourselves, which means whatever role you play in this project, when you wake up in the morning, make sure you're ready for whatever's going to come your way in the morning. And start it off with just a little bit of thanksgiving, a little aloha, a little mahalo. That's going to be a huge change for you. Because then when you put your head down at the end of the day, guess what? Go ahead back to that sense of mahalo, that sense of thanksgiving for everything that happened to you. And again, who are you going to meet that day? It's going to be huge. You notice we hug each other here in Hawaii. In fact, Damon, I met him this morning. Damon kind of runs the company, and from New York to California, and now all around the world. So this morning he said, "Do you need anything else, Kahu?" I said, "Yes, I need a hug from you." And so he and I hugged each other. And can I just tell you guys, he's a good hugger. So it's a good way for us to begin this morning. Just bring that sense of aloha to this project. And so to do that, we're going to use a couple elements of our Hawaiian culture. The first thing that we're going to use is a beautiful mailele. So Gigi is going to bring that mailele up here. And it's made up of 3 strands. And so Mayor, if you would come up, you're one of those strands. Lori, if you would come up, you're one of those strands. And Tom, if you would come up. You guys both making... Did he tell you come? Okay. Can you come up as well? They were making eyes like, you go, no, you go, no, you go. So we're going to make them both come up. I'm going to have you guys, actually, this is good. Mayor, you're going to stand right in the center. Right there with the middle. And you can, Lori, you're going to come on this side. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm going to stand right there. Maybe stand on the dirt. Sorry, with your shoes. Back up, Paul. That makes sense. Just stand on the dirt. Right there. Perfect, perfect. That was for your picture. All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna start with a little pule. By the way, aren't you thankful for the shade that they provided this morning? Yes, we're not standing in the sun. I'm gonna start with a little pule. Just mahalo kia kua for the aina, mahalo kia kua for the project. We are standing at the end of what we're wanting to see before the stadium is built. We're standing there because this is where we want to get to, right? For us as people of Hawaii, we always look to our goal. We don't want to necessarily stand where we're starting, but we always look to where do we want to get to with our children, right? We always look to the ocean to see the horizon where our children will surpass. So we stand here. That's why I wanted them to stand on the dirt, just so that they are grounded on the left one. So I'm going to start with that pule. I'm going to do a little oli, and then we'll do the blessing. Okay? We want to look back from here all the way to Middle Street. Will you put a hedge of protection around everything where we will work from here all the way back to there? Will you go down maybe about 100 feet all the way down past the water table? That we want to be pono for all the people that have ever lived on the land that we are going to build this rail. May your aloha spirit be pono now and forevermore. For all those that will work the machinery, who will turn the dirt, we ask your aloha spirit to be pono on them and their families, wherever their families live. May they come to work with a good mind, with a good heart, with a good work ethic. So we want to make sure that we are pono in all we do. So we pule this blessing with much aloha. Amene no kia kua pau. Amene, amene, amene. Once again, we place this fire right upon this beautiful Maile Lane. All of these hands have done amazing work to get us to this point in segment 3. So may your aloha spirit be pono now and forevermore. You guys are going to aloha mai, kia kua mai, ho'okipa mai, mahalo mai, ho'oli o ko ya Yehova, na aina apa, malama ya Yehova, me ka ho'oli ana, no kame, ua mai ka yo Yehova, ua maoloa, ona loko mai ka, ame kona oia, aloha e, aloha mai, aloha e. So this is kind of like an umbilical cord. Mayor is going to untie the 2 lays in just a second, and as he does, we're giving birth to the project. Although some of you have been the surgeons to get us to this point. All that paperwork and permits and all that stuff you guys have had to do already, even buying a new machine like this. It's gotten us ready for today. And so as he unties that lay, we're saying the baby's ready to hanau, to give birth. So Mayor, when you're ready, you can go ahead and untie those 2 lays. Yep, you're doing right. You're doing good. Yep, and you can hand it until the 2 of them are, you can hand it all the way to the end. Beautiful, beautiful. So again, we've now just given birth to the baby for the whole project. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to actually turn the dirt. We're actually not going to turn it. We're going to break ground. And to do that, we're going to use some o'os. And this is the implementation of our kupuna. This is what they use when they would do construction. And if you look at the o'o, one side has a point, one side has a blade. And so when our Hawaiian warriors would build, they would use this to break ground. But in case anybody came to attack them, they could use that as a spear or an implementation of protection. So for those of you who are going to do construction, would like you to know that you're not just building a rail, but you're rather feeding our families. You're taking care of our kupuna, of our children. They will not know what this street looks like today. They're only going to know the guide rail that will be here. So again, thank you so much for that. So we're going to call forward those of you who are going to help us with turning the dirt. That's what we're doing. It's really for their dust. Kahi. Okay, pull it out. Lua. And one more. Take it out of the dirt. Kolu. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.